This is the latest camper van from Hoppy Campers. Now this is based on the VW Crafter. It's the medium length. They do a long wheelbase as well. So this one's 6 meters. It's worth mentioning that this is an owner supplied vehicle. If you buy one of these brand new from Hoppy Campers, they'll base this on the MAN, but it's basically the same vehicle. And in fact, the price that we're quoting is basing it on a brand new vehicle. So that caused a little bit of confusion last time, because everybody said, well, that's a lot of money for a second-hand van. Well, of course, work on the assumption that you buy the whole thing from them. But as I say, this one, owner supplied, and a rather cool looking machine. I like the wheels, I like the running boards, I like the spoiler on the back of it. You'll also notice on the top, we've got Habitat air conditioning on this one. And the other thing that you might be able to see up there, just there, is solar panel on the roof. In fact, it's got a roof skylight as well, so the solar panel is necessarily short because you've got the air conditioning one side of it and the skylight on the other. Check this out as well. Remus exhaust system, very smart, isn't it? Like that. And there's a lot to talk about with this one actually, and it starts in the back. Let me show you, because this has got some fairly serious electrics in here. Let's open this right up for you. Where are we? There we go. That one just drops gently back like that. So what you've got here, this is the bed, which we'll see a bit better when we go on the inside of the vehicle, of course. There's a big storage area down underneath, and this has got the tie downs as well. So these you can move around and you can slide them into here as well. They basically then just allow you to lock your gear into place. I don't remember how that works. I think you twist them to get those out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's it. So these come out like this, and you can pop them then wherever you want them. There we go. Let's put that one back in there. But this is what I want to talk to you about. So normally on these, your leisure battery is usually, let's go into here, is usually about 100 amp hours. This one, as you can see, 628. Look at the size of that. That is absolutely fantastic, and the idea is to give a lot of off-grid capability, where if you're not plugged in as you would be on a campsite, you've got plenty of power there. And of course that is being topped up firstly when you're driving from the vehicle alternator, of course, but also that solar panel that's on the roof. If we have a look underneath this one, you can see up there that little chap with the red LED on it is the Garmin switching system. So all of the switching for this is solid state, and you can see a lot of the wiring in there as well, and part of the Victron systems. And if I show you a little bit further back, this one then is a pretty serious inverter. Look at the size of that, and you can see there's a lot of Victron gear going on in there. That inverter, in fact, is 2,400 watts. So you've got a lot of capability in that. There's no gas on these, so cooking and everything, all of that kind of stuff is all done via the electric. So that sort of thing is very, very helpful. You'll notice this little chap here in the ceiling, and the reason that there's a ladder up there will become clear when we go on the inside. And you can see there's a door there as well, and that again I'll explain when we go inside. Let's reverse out of here and close this one back up. There you can see the aircon unit up in the ceiling. There we go. I like the black VW badges to tone in. It's very stealth, isn't it? Let's press on round and I'll take you on and in. But yeah, that's a good looking vehicle, isn't it? You can see the awning is on here as well. And those are some cool wheels. This one down here is the water filler, but also you can reverse it to make that into a shower. So if you want to wash down your bikes or wash down yourself, then you can do. There's some drilling going on in the background. You can probably hear it, drilling and screwing. Right, let's slide that one open and I'll take you on and in. So if we head to the front first of all, manual gearbox on this particular one. Again, of course, owner specification. Really, if you choose an automatic, then clearly you'll get an automatic. Swiveling seats. Again, I'm stating the obvious, but nonetheless, there they are. And then, of course, being the VW, you've got the VW dashboard, you've got the multifunction controls on the steering wheel, all that kind of stuff is there as well. If we come on back a little bit further, there is a table that will go into here, and that lives rather neatly up here, so you can see how it's clipped into place. So you can lift that one out, and that's your table, and the leg for that, you might be able to see, is just there. This is the skylight that I mentioned. So we're getting a lot of natural light into here. This has got blinds that come across it, so we've got the night screen there, and we've got the bug screen that away. Some nice lighting in here, you can see it here, but if I spin on round, you can see it all the way down here, but also it's underneath the work units here, which is rather nice. So it is very nicely lit, and while we're pointing this way, I'll show you this fridge, which is rather cool because it opens as you'd expect a fridge to, but also if you're outside and want to grab something to drink, it opens that way as well. It's rather neat, isn't it? And then, as I mentioned, it's all electric on this one, there's no gas, so your hob is an electric hob. Very nice work surface on here. It's not actually Corian, it's a similar kind of thing that's very heavy, solid pieces of worktop there, and of course your come on brain, your tap is there. Other things we've got in here, we've got USBs up in here, we've got plug points as well, of course, and there's storage then tucked around in places like this. This is interesting because this is the control system for the vehicle, and that is my watch, not my watch, my phone even, bleeping because I didn't switch to silent. Let's do that right now, hang on. There we go, let's light that one up. And you can see here now, this is on the home screen. We can switch the water on and off, both the pump for the water and the valve for draining it, same for the wastewater. This is interesting because it's showing you the time until the batteries are empty based on, you can see it suddenly jumped up then because the sun came out and it's giving it more solar power. These are great because you can adjust the lighting. I don't know whether you will see that. If I turn that down, see that's all going down now, that's right to the bottom, and then you can bring it up in increments depending on how bright you want the lighting. You can also control the awning light, that's the one on the outside from here. But other things in here then we can go into the climate control. So this is both heating and air conditioning is all controlled from here, and it's a bit like the climate control you have on a car or in your home where you dial in the temperature and everything adjusts for you. But also you can control the source, so whether it's coming from diesel, so diesel fired heating when you're stationary, or electric. If you're plugged into the mains, you might want to run it off the electric rather than the diesel, for example, and the same with the water heating. You can adjust that from there as well. Other things on here, we've got the electrics on here. So again, we've got solar power. We've got how much amperage is coming in at the minute. It's about 6 amps coming in at the moment. And the leisure battery and start battery voltages and so forth are all there. Switching for the fridge, USB sockets, the router. The router's interesting because this all links up so that you can control everything from your phone. So that's a helpful thing. If you're away from the vehicle, you can dial in and switch on your heating before you come back, or adjust your lighting or whatever else. And settings is in here as well. Then there's an awful lot of stuff you can delve into there, which I'm not going to because I don't know how it all works. Let's go back to the home page. There we go. But that's a nice sophisticated setup for a camper van. That is excellent. The bed then, we touched on it when we were outside, but you can see that is right across the back, really good size. And I mentioned that ladder that's underneath. Well, that pulls out of here thusly. So that is what's giving you easy access into bed. And then that one is the other side of that door. So first of all, you've got to pass through, so you can get things in and out of there without having to go out and open the doors at the back. But also, if you've got long items, maybe you've got a kayak or something that you want to put right through the vehicle, you can use that for that. That's the Habitat air conditioning. This is more storage up inside, of course, all the way around here. And again, that rather funky lighting is down underneath here, and it's up here as well. Similar sort of deal on the other side. It's nicely finished, isn't it? I like the fact it's all soft touch up here, this sort of leatherette material. You can see it's gently squidgy. It's very nicely done. I like all of this. And then the other thing we've got here is the toilet compartment. Now on this one, again, it's owner specification, but this has got the chemical loo. It clips into place, but you can remove it, which means that if you're showering in there, because it has the shower as well, then you've of course got a lot more space to do that with. There's no sink in this one. Again, owner specification, they wanted to just have the maximum amount of space in there. If you wanted a sink, of course, you could put it, and if you think, well, I'd just like a bigger space altogether, that can be done too, but you have to just simply specify the long wheelbase van rather than the medium wheelbase. Clearly, on this size of vehicle, there's a limit to the length that you've got. But that's a good compromise. As I say, take the toilet out, and you've got a really big shower compartment, put it in, and it's a decent loo. Bear in mind, it is a camper van, it's not a motorhome. A lot of camper vans simply don't have a toilet at all, so that is pretty good. But as I say, if you want a bigger one, can be done, just need a bigger van. Seating over here, we've got the opening windows down on the side. These have got blinds that come down across them like this. And I think there's bug screens as well. Yeah, there we go. Like so. And then again, more storage up along the top. And I think we've covered it. I think so. I'm trying to think of anything that was pointed out to me that I haven't pointed out to you, but I think we've done that justice. That is all right. Oh, no, I'll show you this down here, just for completion. We've got nice pantry area that slides out of there. And then we've also got drawers that come out like so. There's all the instructions for everything in there. And these are all self-latching. Now I think we've done everything. Fantastic. I think that's a nice vehicle. Let's come right back here and take a look all the way down. And there she is. That is a smart camper van, and what I like is it's got a nice luxury feel to the inside with this lovely gentle sort of beige interior colour scheme even, but on the outside it's super cool, dark grey. A really cool looking vehicle, isn't it? That's nice. That's nicely done. And that, my friends, is about the size of that. I think that is excellent. Huge thanks to Hoppy Campers. I'll put a link to those guys in the description. Huge thanks to you, of course, for watching. Let me know what you think of that one in the comments, and we'll catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye bye.